Hello everyone, welcome to Circulations. In this video, I will be analyzing a game I played against Francis Bot, which is a 2300 rated bot from Philippines. So I got 5 pieces. I played e4, he played e6, now I played knight to c3, now he played d5, playing the French defense. Now I go here, d4, which is the French defense normal book move. Now he takes, I take. This is all just theory. Now he does not play the theory. He plays. Uh, Actually, he plays theory, but it's a gambit. Actually, it's Alice Gambit, just giving me the pawn so that I can. He can take my queen, and I can't castle afterwards. So, computer says the best move is to play bishop to c4. I didn't know what the best move was. So I just played knight to f3 because if he takes the pawn, I can take with the queen, and my knight will be guarding my queen on d4. So I take the queen. Now he plays knight to c6, attacking my queen. So I take the queen, takes with the knight. Now I develop my bishop to c4, which I should have done earlier. Now he goes here to trade all the bishops. I go here because if he trades, then I will take with the a pawn, and it will open my rook. So it happens. Now he goes knight to e6. Now I go bishop to e3 so that I can attack this pawn with 2 pieces, and only his rook is guarding. So he protects it by going to pawn to a6. I castle queen side so that I have a active rook on d file. Now he goes to knight to f6. Now my knight is not guarded here. If I go to knight to c3, I thought it's just very passive, or going to knight to g3, and I can't go to knight to c5 or g5 because then this knight will take my knight. So the only option is to trade the knights. Now he takes. Now I wanted to go bishop to d4 so that I can attack this pawn, but this knight was controlling the square, so I thought if I go knight to d4 and if he takes, then I can take the bishop, and I will be targeting this pawn. So I go here, he goes rook to g8, attacking my g2 pawn. Now I go I take the knight, I take the knight first. Then he takes, I go g3, protecting my pawn. Now he goes here, developing his bishop. Now I go here, going rook to e1 so that I can move my bishop and attack this pawn. Now he castles queen side as well. Now I move my bishop so that my rook will be attacking this pawn, and also my bishop is attacking this pawn. Only move is to go e5 to protect the pawns. Now I go bishop to c3. He goes rook d7, trying to double the rooks. I also go rook to d2 to double my rooks as well. Now he moves the bishop, and we trade off the rooks. Now he is attacking my f2 pawn, so I go f3. Now he goes bishop to g1, attacking my h2 pawn, so I go h3. Now he goes bishop to f2, attacking my g3 pawn, so I have to go g4, pawn to g4. Now he checks, I go here, he goes here, I bring my king to the center and also attack the bishop. He goes here, now I go here to attack the bishop. Now he goes to bishop to g5, now I go king to e2. He brings the king in the center. Now I go king to d3. Indian is still saying it's 0-0, but Francis is 2300, he will be very good in endgames than me. So I go h4, he goes b6, I go h5, goes bishop to h6. It's still not a problem. Now I go here so that there is a trade of bishops. We trade the bishops. Now he goes pawn to e4, which was a mistake. I didn't see the what was the mistake, and in the hits it's plus 1.1. If I go f4, it's very hard to see that move at my level. So instead I go king to e3, because if I take the pawn, then the king will just move here and he will be closer to my pawns. So I go king to e3 so that I am closer to my pawns. Now he goes here. Now I go here. He goes pawn to a5. Now you can see the bar is going like minus 2.2 for me, as he is very good at endgames. So I go c3, preventing him to go king to d4 and go here to attack the pawns. Now he goes c5, I go c4, he goes h6, blocking this pawn from moving forward. Now I go king to f3, moves pawn to f5. Now here I make a big blunder. What I should have done is taken the pawn. Instead I thought I can push this pawn and he will take, and then I can push the pawn, and somehow it's still a draw, and I was wrong. It was not a draw. King just followed my pawn and took, and it was 2 pawns against 0 pawns and just my king. So he just brings the king and pawns further, and I couldn't stop him now. It's just like over. It's showing me 87, 86. Now I go here. He goes here. Now my king is completely blocked. No squares left. So I have to just go pawn to b4 and just give up my pawn. Now still my king can't move, so I go pawn to b3. Now he goes pawn to g2. I go here. It's a forced move. I can do anything. Now I go king to s3, which is also a forced move. Now he goes here. I just shuffle my king and he checkmates. So I lose the game. Although that was the expected result, as he's like 2300. He's like double my rating almost. So that was the game against Francis Bot. I hope you like it. Please do subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you in next video. Do fill out this subscriber games form in the description down below for me to analyze your games and guess your elo in the upcoming videos.